Hey everybody, welcome to the On Fire Show. This is your host Daryl Brooks. I am here in the studio, and I'd like to thank all those for watching and supporting the On Fire Show. I just want everybody to know that we're doing a fundraiser, so if you can go to for those who are watching, we're doing a fundraiser. You can donate $2 or $5 or $10 to our one of our GoFundMe's or PayPal account for we're working on a studio. So we're planning to have a studio up and really working in about 3 to 4 weeks, and we need your support. So if you can support us, that'd be great. Today I have a very special guest, RJ Bermudez, and he is coming on. He is one of our activists. He is a freedom fighter, and he is coming on about the march against Murphy. Yes, the march against Murphy. We're going to talk about that. I'm going to bring RJ on right now. I see he's there. RJ, are you there? I'm going to bring you on. All right. Oh, come on Fire Show. This is your host, Daryl Brooks. Thank you all for watching. Keep on watching. RJ is coming on.
How's
What's going on, brother? Can you hear me?
You're a little bit low, but I'll make do.
Okay, you can't hear me?
It's really low.
Oh, all right. So, the reason why I invited you on is to talk about the march against Murphy. But tell everybody who you are as a patriot in New Jersey. Let's talk about RJ Bermudez.
I think this right here says it all.
What is that? Oh, okay.
That's a little colloquialism given to me by Anthony Colandro, since I was. He says I fired the first shot last year for the 2A rally we had down in Trenton.
Oh, okay. So, tell us about your history with the Second Amendment rallies and supporting the Second Amendment.
All right. So, as far as rallies go, last year, I'm on a bunch of Second Amendment pages. Mostly New Jersey Second Amendment pages, and I just got sick and tired of people bitching about us losing our rights and not doing anything about it. So I said, you know what? I'll be down in Trenton on this day. I don't care if I'm there by myself. And it just kind of snowballed from there. A couple days later, I got contacted by Mark Cheeseman, who, if you don't know who he is, you should know. He's the guy that's going to be single-handedly responsible for bringing Carrie back to New Jersey.
All right.
Anyhow, he reached out to me and he was like, listen, I got a few phone calls from some people. They love your enthusiasm. The date is wrong, though. We need a better date. And I said, look, I'm willing to work with them as long as they're not blowing smoke up my ass. As long as they're there and they show up, we'll do it whatever day they think is the right date to do it. So originally I planned on being down in Trenton on March 15th, just because of the historical connotations of the Ides of March and, just putting the government on notice, like we're watching and we're coming. And they said, why don't we push it back a week? March, or, like roughly 10 days, March 26th, it'll be a full legislature and they'll be voting on the 6 bills they're putting forth. So I said, all right, let's do it then. And from there, ANJRPC got involved, NRA ILA got involved. Scott Bach came out of his own pocket and put up his own money to pay for buses, to pay for porta johns, advertising, everything you could think of.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much how that started. And then I've just been active going from there.
So tell us about this march against Murphy rally on Tuesday, March 26th. And it's just not a Second Amendment rally, right? Am I right?
It's not. It was birthed as the second annual Second Amendment rally, the second annual New Jersey Gun Owners Rally. And just from talking to other people that I know, like for instance, Mark Cheeseman, Anthony Colandro, and just other people in the state, They said, look, we don't get enough gun owners off their asses to come out to make an impact. And you have way more people who are just pissed off at Murphy for other reasons, higher taxes, sanctuary status, Second Amendment bullshit, I guess. It's part of my language. So they were like, we all talked, and everyone pretty much agreed that we'd probably have a bigger impact and get a bigger showing if we opened it up to just basically being an FU Murphy event instead of just focusing on the Second Amendment.
Oh, okay. I'm so excited about this march against Murphy, and I have the issues on, definitely sanctuary state and Second Amendment. And a lot of people are pissed off at this governor who is, Governor Phil Murphy. He is he's on the left. He's on he's on the far left. And
Way far left.
Progressive left. And what he's trying to do to gun owners, even people that, you own a gun, you want to protect yourself and your family and your property. And there's nothing wrong with that. And nothing wrong with, to me, nothing wrong with walking down the street with a gun on you, away to protect yourself. Nothing wrong with having a gun in your car, because we know we now live in a crazy state. And, and so, one of the things, you don't hear about any Second Amendment individuals, NRA group individuals, members, going out committing mass shootings. You don't hear about that. And the Second Amendment, you guys are heroes, man, because you're fighting for the Constitution. You're fighting for the Second Amendment. You're fighting for individual rights. And that's so important.
It absolutely is. And I think I could speak for a majority of Second Amendment supporters in the state. I know everyone who I, shoot with, hang out with, talk to, associate with, will say the same thing. It's not just about protecting ourselves. Every single one of us would help a stranger in need if they needed it. Some random person on the street. We all feel like it's our duty and our responsibility as American citizens. And the fact that we can't even protect ourselves in our home is beyond reproach.
Yeah, and it's sad. It tells you about the state of New Jersey and how the Phil Murphy is thinking, and the rest of the Democrats are thinking. And it's a great concern, and people need to be concerned. People need to come out. All New Jersey citizens need to come out for this rally. It's important, especially against sanctuary state. With the illegal immigrations, they want to give illegals free license and illegals free college education.
Right, and that's
it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't, and a big part of the problem is the education system. It's easier to keep control of people who are ignorant and uneducated and dependent on the government, right? So it all starts in the schools. And what a lot of people don't realize is, New Jersey has a three-tier system, basically. It's the elite, the working middle class, and the poor. And what they're trying to do is eliminate the middle class and make everyone poor and dependent on the government handouts. What people don't realize is even the poor will be affected by this, by the sanctuary status, because it's going to take taxpayer dollars, right? So what's going to happen? They're going to have to, eventually they're going to take enough money away from the middle class that there will be no illegals or to pay for these socialist programs that they all love to talk about, free college. See, these socialists and the progressive left, they don't realize free doesn't actually mean free. The money's got to come from somewhere.
So
unless these professors start teaching these classes for free, which they won't, I'll guarantee that, then there's no such thing as free education.
Yeah, you're definitely right. And this education, free education that Murphy's talking about, he's talking about taking and using our Jersey tax dollars, the Jersey tax dollars, and raising taxes. This is why people are moving out of the state of New Jersey, going to Maryland, going to Florida, and and it's important. Uh, People that are listening, I would like you to share this message that RJ Bermudez, people like Mark Cheeseman and other ones, the NRA, Second Amendment Society, are pushing because it's so important. It's important that this message gets shared. So there are people that have always been talking about leaving the state because they can't afford to live here in New Jersey. They can't understand why it's free education for illegal immigrants, free education, free license when our own New Jersey American citizens that are paying their taxes can't afford to send their kids to the best colleges, especially in New Jersey. And you have a governor that talks about and is planning to give illegals free education and free license. I mean, we have the surcharges. Our taxes is high. I think we're the first or second most controlled state in America.
I think
Yeah.
I think we've actually taken over the #1 spot.
Yeah, we're number one. And
#1.
it's sad. Even cigars are getting more expensive. so, but how is it? Tell the audience why is it so important to come to this rally?
Oh, it's important just to show people that you're not alone, that we're all in this together, and you're not the only one who feels that way. Whether it be, if you're fine with sanctuary state, but you're not okay with higher taxes, come out. If you're anti-gun, but you're anti-sanctuary state, anti-licenses for illegals, come out. You don't have to agree with everything with every point of this march. You just have to feel some type of way about one of them and feel strongly enough to come out and say, look, I'm not okay with this. I'm a taxpayer. I'm a New Jersey resident. I'm not okay with this.
Yeah, you're definitely right. And one of the things, I was talking with some other patriots in a phone conference a few days ago, and the idea of, we want people to come out to these rallies and learn and educate themselves, and after leaving this rally, educate their neighbors, educate their kids. Why isn't their kids taught in schools and in the public school system about the Second Amendment or immigration issues? It's about educating young people because this is the young people's future. And it's okay, and it's okay if a young kid wants to be a gun owner. Once he gets the legal age, he gets to use the go to proper way of doing things. It's okay. So we have been taught, especially in the school systems and by the liberal left, about the fact that you shouldn't have a gun. Wait on the police.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, my stance on the Second Amendment is this. It's so important that it's the only amendment, it's the only place in the Constitution, and the only law in the books where you'll see the words shall not be infringed.
Yes.
The only one. Now, that being said, and I'm probably going to catch some hate for this, but the Second Amendment isn't about self-defense. It's not about hunting, and it's not about shooting paper.
Yeah.
It was our guarantee by the forefathers. This was them telling us, this is how you're going to keep this country from becoming what we got away from. Okay? So that's basically what it is. It's basically them telling us, 200 and some odd years in the past, that if the government acts up, this is how you're going to put them in check.
Yeah. And and I just want to reiterate it one more time that this is not just a Second Amendment rally, but the Second Amendment is so important. Illegal immigration is important. Taxes are important. Dealing with the sanctuary state, because New Jersey is, this is what our governor wants a sanctuary state. So, you know,
I mean, a lot of these things do tie back to the Second Amendment.
yes,
Right.
definitely.
So, sanctuary state. Right. Now, I'm not saying everybody that comes to this country is a bad apple, because that would be a huge disservice to the people that come to this country and actually adapt to American culture, embrace it. You know, like my family did. My father came from Cuba. His parents came from Cuba, and when they moved here, they held on to their Cuban heritage, but it was in the home. When they were in public, it was all about loving America and being an American. They all became citizens. My father learned English. My grandparents did the best they could with learning English, and outside of the home, they spoke English, right? So I went off on a little tangent there, but anyway, as far
Now,
as
go ahead, you
sanctuary,
got time.
as far as sanctuary status goes, a lot of gang members are coming across, drug traffickers, human traffickers. You know, it makes the streets unsafe.
Unsafe. MS-13s. You know, and what they have done, especially to American families and American young people, you know, all across the country, as our president was saying, Trump. And for all those who agree with building a wall, you got to come on out to this rally, because that's what it's all
Absolutely.
about. Definitely, you know, and you know, we have to support our president of the United States, because he's catching hell right now with the lies, and there'll probably be lies about this march and fake news is about this march, because that's what the left media does, the CNN of the world, MSNBC, you know, of the world. And so they you know, they're probably preparing right now to criticize this march, but this march is about truth. It's about Second Amendment issues. It's about taxes. It's about legal immigration. You know, the sanctuary state
Government
and other
overreach
issues you
in
may care
general.
about. Huh?
Yeah, it's basically about government overreach.
Yeah, overreach. They've
Yeah.
done it. They've done it all. They've done it all the time. So we want people to come out, whether you're black, white, or Hispanic. We want everybody to come out. New Jersey Americans to come on out and support this rally. And if you know, if they don't come out and support this rally, then people should need to stop crying about the issues, because it's so important.
Well, the thing is, we dropped the ball as voters, right? We could have put a stop to this before it even started. But I think it was something like 30% of registered voters came out to vote. 30%.
Yeah.
That's 70% of the state that has no grounds to say a word, because they didn't make it out because it was raining or it was cold. I was living in Sussex County at the time. I had just moved up there. I was still registered in Hudson County, where I was living before that. I drove my happy ass from Vernon down to Kearney to cast my vote.
Uh-huh.
You know, that was an 80-mile round trip for 30 seconds to cast my vote, because it was that important.
Yeah, it's important that people come out and vote, and that's our problem. But also, we got to get some great candidates, and hopefully, we'll have a great Republican candidate coming up in a few more years to challenge Murphy. Or you know, they're even talking about now. You know, they want to recall Murphy. I don't know how's that movement coming along.
That's actually. Oh, go ahead. Sorry to keep cutting you off.
Is that making a move? Are they making a move with that?
That has taken huge leaps and bounds. It's actually the paperwork is with the attorney right now, and I want to give a huge thank you to Monica Brinson, Terry Beck, and Patty Hodge for getting that together and getting the ball rolling on that. That petition should be available at the march for signatures, and I know a lot of people have offered their time, their services, and their notary stamps. You know, a bunch of people who are notaries have reached out to me and said, I'll be there with my stamp to help out in any way I can. I've had people message me on Facebook saying, you know, I'm an interpreter, you know, Spanish Portuguese interpreter. I'll be there, you know, to help people who, you know, may speak Spanish and need the interpretation, or may, you know, speak Portuguese and need an interpreter. So I just want to commend everyone for, you know, coming out and stepping up. If you have a skill or anything like that can be of help, by all means, come out and you will be put to use.
Yes. For those who are just watching, who just coming on, I see there's new faces on there. This is RJ Bermudez. He is the organizer for the march against Murphy. That's Tuesday, March 26th. And there are going to be issues on Second Amendment, taxes, illegal immigration, sanctuary state, and more issues. Now, you know, now they're talking. You're talking about marching from the War Memorial Building all the way to the State House that day, right?
Right. So the tentative plan right now is to muster at the War Memorial as kind of a nod to what this march started as. It's a nod to last year. And I've spoken to Anthony Calandro about kind of, just getting on a bullhorn, getting people riled up and all pissed off and everything. And then we're going to march to the State House and let them know how pissed off we are. That being said, I have it on good authority that Anthony said if there aren't 10,000 of you out there, he's not coming. So I need 10,000 of your asses out there.
Yes, 10,000.
He is the tip of the spear in the two-way fight in New Jersey.
Are we going
And not just that, he's on top and very well versed in all of the issues that are going on. Why we're doing this march. Anthony has been a big help as well as many other people. You know, I'm basically just the mouthpiece. You know, I'm the tip of the iceberg. There's so much more underneath the water and behind the scenes that nobody's privy to right now.
Well, brother, you got my support. You got on the Fire Show support. We'll talk about it. We'll promote it. Also, you know, when we had, I think it was the second march where we walked up Warren Street and walked down to State Street. Is that the plan? Walk up to Warren Street, and that's downtown, and then come around on State Street. That's
right. So I'm not familiar with the names of the streets.
Yeah, we gotta walk down Warren Street. That's where everything is at. You got,
right.
I mean, you know, and it's important, you know, as a, you know, I tell people about movements. You know, it's a documentary called Citizen King that I tell a lot of people to watch about Martin Luther King and how they start their movement and how they deal with things. You know, at some point, Murphy will cross the line. Murphy and the Democrat and the progressive left, they're crossing the line now. So at some point, you know, where do we put a stop to this? You know, I believe in nonviolent civil disobedience, direct action. You know, to the point of, do we believe in organizing, protesting, shutting down bridges, shutting down highways, shutting down businesses, you know, and going to jail for what we believe in. And that's for our country, for our state. It's definitely for our country.
Absolutely.
And the future. It's the future. We're fighting for the future of our state and the generation, next generation.
And right now, I'm advocating for a peaceful protest. Yeah. You know, loud but peaceful. You know, I don't want anything to be set on fire. I don't want anyone to go to jail if they don't have to. You know, but we have to let them know. You know. I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore, you know. So the plan is to, I guess you said, walk up Warren Street and down State Street and basically encompass as much of the State House as we can. So as these legislators walk in, they're going to know, they're going to hear it from us. We're done with your BS.
Are they going to stop the, you know, if you have to look at the State House right now, you have to really look at it. You know, they have a barrier, that green barrier over around the State House. Are we going to the State Assembly building or the State House, per se?
As far as I'm concerned, that State House is mine, that State House is yours, that State House is everyone who's watching it. So we have every right to be anywhere in that building.
Yeah. I mean,
they work for us.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, politicians seems to forget that they work for the people.
Right. And it's time to let them know and put them in check. Listen, the government is of the people, by the people, and for the people. Yeah. Not the lobbyists, not special interest groups, all of the people, whether you're black, white, Hispanic, you know, Asian, gay, straight, transgendered. It's for all of us. We're all in this together. And for the politicians to be playing up to, you know, special interest groups, well, that leaves everyone else out. Just because, you know, I'm a white male conservative doesn't mean that my voice shouldn't be heard as much as, you know, a Hispanic progressive or a black progressive or a black centrist or an Asian centrist. You know, all our voices need to be heard the same.
Oh yeah, definitely. And as a black conservative independent, you know where I stand at.
Oh, you're a triple threat then.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, it's, you know, and you know, for me, it's, you know, I enjoy and I take these rallies seriously and these movements seriously. From being a part of Tea Party movements and different movements, you know, it's rallies. You know, it's important that people wake up. You know, it's important that, you know, I want, hopefully, you know, tell people this: bring your children to these rallies. Let
Absolutely.
your young, yeah, let the young kids see what's happening. This is a young kid's future. Bring your elementary, you know, your kids from elementary school, junior high school. You know, come on, bring the kids out, bring the boys, bring the girls, bring grandma out, grandpa. You know, I mean, but this is the type, you know, people are leaving the state of New Jersey. I mean, they're not just walking out;
They're
they're
running.
running out. They're running out, taking trains and boats and ships, and you know, they're flying out. And you know, a friend of mine, Barbara Gonzalez from the Bayshore Tea Party, and other ones like her have, you know, great patriots, and they decided, you know, it's time to leave. And that's sad because there are people right here in New Jersey that love this state, that care,
Absolutely.
that love this state, and they want to see the best from the state and for the state. And so it's sad that we have a governor like Phil Murphy and I tell Phil Murphy this: if you're listening and his people are listening, remember Corzine. Just that. Remember Corzine.
Yeah, how'd that work out for him?
Yeah, how'd that work out for Corzine? And what happened?
Yep.
He had, you know, MF, what? He went out and decided to leave and went to MF Global and screwed that company up. I think it was MF Global.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. And so it's, so, you know, Phil Murphy, remember Corzine. For those who know the history of the state, remember Corzine. Remember what happened to him and the hell he caught.
And for anyone doubting the recall effort, just think about this. We almost recalled Sweeney. We missed it by the skin of our teeth. Okay? And with what's Dickhead's name? Murphy. With Murphy, we get more time to collect signatures for that. So I'm pretty confident he's going down.
Oh yeah, definitely. He has to go. And it's important that they sign up for this, come to this rally, join the Facebook rally, march against Murphy, Tuesday, March 26th. It's a must attend. And so tell me some of the big name individuals that will be attending this rally and other groups.
So far, there's obviously me and you know, the guys I associate with. I don't know if they want me putting their names out there or exactly what we do. Anthony Calandro's going to be there only if there's 10,000 of you there. So get out there. Terry Beck, Monica Brinson, and Patty Hotch, the women behind the recall petition, will be there. Your everyday average blue collar working New Jersey citizen is going to be there. Mr. Anthony Rossi, he better be there. Mark Cheeseman will be there. There's too many to name, actually. As of right now,
Simon?
Tony Simon?
Yeah, Tony Simon.
He'll be
there. Yeah, he'll be there.
He'll be there if I have to put him on my back and bring him myself.
I would like to see that.
If that's what it's going to take to get him out there with the rest of CNJFO, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, and every Second Amendment, every gun group should be out there and coming out to this rally. Every, you know, it's definitely, you know, who supports the President of the United States definitely should come out to this rally. and all those activists or political activists who are all on Facebook around New Jersey have all a lot to say. They should be coming out to this rally and marching. I'll definitely be there on March 26th. But like I said, it's important that every New Jersey American that cares about taxes, education, Second Amendment rally, Second Amendment issues, the sanctuary state, and all individuals should come out because it's needed. It's a must that you support this rally.
Absolutely. We here in New Jersey, we were already the highest or maybe the second highest tax state in the country, and this governor just wants to keep raising taxes. He hasn't seen a tax he doesn't like.
Yeah.
And just his wastefulness. Just this past weekend with this snowmageddon we were supposed to get, and I know Sussex County got a few inches, but for the most part it was rain and wind.
Yeah.
And I think the last number I saw was $5 million was wasted salting and brining the roads ahead of time when the weather forecasts were constantly changing. He declared a state of emergency Friday. What was it? Friday around 3 p.m. I think it was, and almost a full 24 hours ahead of when any kind of snow was supposed to start.
I was just about a press conference, getting it faced. Yeah.
Well, I think he's just being a petulant little prick, to be honest with you, because he dropped the ball with the snowstorm back. What was that, November?
Mm-hmm.
He dropped the ball with that. Everybody got on his case, and I personally think it's just him saying, "I'll show you guys. I'll just keep wasting your money."
Yeah. So it's sad. It's sad. Another Wall Street guy running our state, just like our Corzine and Phil Murphy. You need to wake up and study Corzine. So, like I said,
I'm just gonna put this out there real quick.
Go ahead.
If the recall effort is successful, I am of age to be the governor.
All right. Can I be your lieutenant governor?
I'm gonna have a fight to the death for my lieutenant governor. So we're taking it back gladiator style.
All right. All right. Well, I'd like to thank you for coming on to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Come on anytime, and it's just exciting and talking about some of these issues, and for the rally on March 26th, march against Murphy, and show Mark Cheeseman and the rest of the fellows to be along there, and it's going to be exciting.
Right.
All right.
A couple things before we sign off, if I can.
Sure.
So Anthony Calandro and Gun for Hire, like him, follow him, share him. He's like a Second Amendment hooker, I guess you want to call it. The Cheeseman Gillard case.
Yes.
They're still accepting donations for that. I've been posting links all over the place. CNJFO matched $5,000 for that, but the fight's not over. We still, if this is going all the way to the Supremes, and if we're going to get right to carry restored in New Jersey, this is going to be the case. The Rogers case is on the docket, but there's no guarantee it will be heard, so we need to have that one in the pipe. NRA ILA is fully funding the magazine ban case, so pay attention to that. Donate to every single Second Amendment group in New Jersey and nationally that you can. I'm an NRA card-carrying member. I'm a life member of GOA, and everybody has a problem with this group, that group. I'm trying to be like Maj Tour says. I'm trying to be a solutionary. I'm trying to get everybody together on the same page because that's the only way we're ever going to make anything happen.
Definitely, everybody should be on the same page and work together.
So
that's the only way.
Keep donating $1, 50 cents. Every little bit helps. And just pay attention to the laws that are going on, man. We get fleeced all the time because people just don't know what's going on. I've spoken to gun owners and I asked them, hey, did you get rid of your 15 rounders? And they're like, oh, what are you talking about? I'm like, hey, we can't have them anymore. We're down to 10. Oh, well, when did that happen?
Yeah. Educate them. They have to, and a lot of people, and the problem is a lot of people are so pissed off at the media and what's happening in our state and the country. They just don't they don't read the newspapers or TV shows or news shows. So that's important that people read what's happening in our state and watch the news and
Absolutely.
investigate.
I mean,
Get online.
I go to every news source I possibly can. I watch CNN. I watch Fox News. I read BuzzFeed. I read Drudge Report. I try to get everything from all different angles and make my own.
No Joe in the morning.
I'm usually at work for a few hours by the time he's on. So.
All right, I'm just messing with you. All right.
So Mark.
I like.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. So, go ahead.
March,
one more thing.
March 26th. It's scheduled for 8:30 a.m. I know myself as well as quite a few others would be there earlier than that. So, you don't have to be there at 8:30. You could come earlier. You could come later. Just be there. That's all I'm asking for. Just be there. Make your sign.
Let's be there.
And yellow vests. So.
Oh, we bring the yellow vests?
Yeah, it's kind of it's a yellow vest march. So up until recently, I had been telling people to get them on Amazon, but I've been talking to Dan from CNJFO, and they're actually going to have an online store with custom-made, Recall Murphy, March Against Murphy, yellow vest, magnets, stickers, and stuff like that. As soon as the website is up, I have somebody working on the website. It should be up and running within the next few days. As soon as the website is up, there will be a link on there. As soon as I have a link, I'll post it onto the event page. Support those who support you.
That's right.
All
right, my brother.
All right. I'm taking up a lot of your time right now.
No, I really enjoyed this conversation, and I want people to share this out and send out to share with your friends and family members. Different groups, and hear what this our patriot RJ Bermudez is talking about on the March Against Murphy rally, and it's important. All right.
Yeah, it's now or never, guys. 2019 is the year we have to become active and get ourselves out there. Otherwise, they're just gonna stomp us out, and we're gonna be living under the rule of thumb, or the iron fist, whatever you want to call it.
And drones flying around everywhere. I can you imagine that.
We can't even shoot them out of the sky.
They'll get shot out the sky one way or another. All right.
Can neither confirm nor deny that.
Yeah. All right. I'd like to thank you for coming on, and God bless. Be safe, and you got my support. We'll talk this up. All right.
You got it. Come find me at the rally. I want to shake your hand.
All right. Peace.
Later.
Hello. For those who are watching, that was RJ Bermudez from the March Against Murphy rally on the 28th, Tuesday the 28th. Come on out there, people. Support the rally and speak up. Stand up for the future of the state of New Jersey, the future of young people out there today, because the young people generation is coming up. You need to bring your kids out. Bring your senior citizens and your grandpa, Uncle Joe, Mr. Mike. Bring out your high school students, people on the street, knocking on doors, your next door neighbors, knock on the door and ask them to come out to the rally. It's important that they come out to this rally. Also, it's important that we're building a studio and we're looking for your support. So if you can please give us support, you can go to the link right here. We're going to push the link right there. We've raised about, we raised about $112. We're trying to raise more. If you can go to our link and our PayPal account, the On Fire Show PayPal account, and give what you can. We're going to have a studio so we can speak out against this madness that Phil Murphy is doing, and the progressive left and Democrats in New Jersey that have totally failed us. So you can even talk about this wall coming up and our president, and we can deal with the fake news. That's what it's all about, people. Supporting individuals and groups and news people that support you. I'd like to thank you all for watching the show. Okay, and as Martin Luther King said it best, I like to say Martin Luther King had he tried to get a gun license, and he was denied a gun license in Alabama. And Martin Luther King said this, and we all should believe in this. He says that we're all caught up in this inescapable network of mutuality, tied in a single garment of destiny. And whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly. And that I can never be what I ought to be until you are what you ought to be. And you can never be what you ought to be unless I am what I ought to be. Then he quotes the poet John Donne and says, no man is an island, every man is a piece of the continent, a part of the main. Then he goes on to say that any man's death diminishes me because I am involved in mankind. Therefore, never sin to know whom the bell tolls, it tolls for thee. And this is what we should believe in as a people and as a country, and as a state of New Jersey and state residents, and looking out for each other. And at this rally, we're going to be talking about all these different issues. Why are people leaving? Why are people leaving New Jersey? We're going to talk about the sanctuary state, taxes, Second Amendment, issues that you're concerned about with the state of New Jersey, people. We want you to come out and come out to this rally. Mark Cheeseman is going to be there, RJ Bermudez and other ones. I'll be at the rally, so please come out and support. But also support the On Fire show. Give what you can. You can give $2 or $5 or $10. Support us, what we're trying to do. We'll be at the rally, and we're really promoting this rally. Okay? Thank you. God bless. I am out of here. This is the On Fire show. RJ Bermudez, you were on fire. You were speaking truth. Support what we're trying to do. Support this rally. March Against Murphy rally. Okay? Tuesday, March 26th, 8:30. Be there or be square. God bless.